Hello. Today I'm going to share with you a story which is going to help you to understand how values are imbibed in life and how values are practiced in life. I have been an advocate that we must understand our values, we must operate from our values because they play a very critical, very important role in our overall development. And I always believe that organizations which work on the basis of certain core values, they continue to flourish much more and much longer. So let's understand from this story, and let me say that this is based on a real life experience of some person. So there was a middle-aged couple who were traveling in a train, and at a very small station, a coffee vendor came and this couple wanted to have coffee. Every cup of coffee was costing 10 rupees. For two persons, 20 rupees. Now to give 20 rupees, this man did not have change and had 200 rupee note. He gave it to the person and the coffee vendor said, "Sir, I'll get you the change very quickly. Just give me some time." Saying this, the coffee vendor went away, and in the meantime, even before he could come back, the train left. And that's when this couple started fighting with each other. The lady saying to the man, "You blindly trust people. You shouldn't have done that. Now we are lost 180 rupees and you keep on doing that again and again." Man continued to defend himself and other passengers were looking at both of them with interest, giving their looks, giving their comments once in a while. Before the next station came, there was a young boy who approached this compartment and asked this couple, "Sir, did you have coffee at the previous station?" This couple said, "Yes, we had it, but you were not the person from whom we bought it. And you know what? We had to get change from that person who sold us coffee, but he never came back and we have lost 180 rupees. Then this boy once again asked, "Sir, I just want to confirm, did you have coffee at the previous station?" So the man got a little irritated and he said, "You can ask other people here. We did have coffee." "Sir, that's not the issue. I don't doubt you, but I just want to confirm that you had coffee there." When the confirmation was received, 180 rupees were returned to this couple and they were very pleasantly surprised. In fact, everyone around them was very surprised. So this man asked, "How did you know that I had to get 180 rupees? Then the boy said, "It is what happens here quite often. The station where you had the cup of coffee is a small station. The train stoppage is very little. And sometimes we are not able to return the change. And that's when my father sends me a message. This compartment, this seat number, this is the money that you have to return. And I carry that much money in general with me so that we can settle the transaction. And I get down at the next station and come back from the returning train." Now, they were very, very taken aback. This is how people conduct themselves. And the man asked for his father's number, and after they reached their destination, he called him. He said, "Your son came and returned the money to me, and this has been one of the best experiences of my life. Why do you do that? Tell me, how did you get to bring this into practice?" He said, "Sir, I'm not very educated, but what I learned in my 5 years of schooling, that we need to practice these values. We learned all this from our stories and teachers and so on. And I have made an attempt to bring these values to our children, to my children, so that they also build their life based on these values. And I believe that values play a very important role in our life, and that's why I want my children to practice them." Now, this is where the whole experience comes to an end. But what is important for all of us to learn? Do we come across experiences where we need to practice values and we get into thinking whether I shall or I shall not? Or do we have any system which encourages us to practice values? Do we have a support system that encourages us to practice values? Because it's very easy to compromise values. The reason? Because practice of values requires some kind of stretching, some kind of sacrifice, some kind of going out of comfort zone. Look at the story, look at the experience once again. The boy has to travel back and forth from one station to another so that the transaction can be settled. This is moving out of the comfort zone. This is stretching. But this family has made that attempt to practice it. And what does it give to them? What does it give to their customers? Isn't it a great experience as customer delight, which perhaps many organizations can bring into their systems? And what is it that they get? The kind of sense of satisfaction and fulfillment having settled the transaction. Otherwise, 180 rupees extra money could have been there, isn't it? Or whatever the change has to be returned, that's an extra income for them. Not income really, right? So this is what is important for us to learn. When we practice values, they elevate our life one experience after another experience. And that is how we start building our life, building our character over a period of time. So ask yourself, how do you practice values? Ask yourself, how do you encourage your team members to practice values? Ask yourself, how is your organization practicing these values? Because there are situations where it's easy to compromise rather than practice them. But remember, what we need to look at is not the short term, but the long term effect of what we practice over a period of time. So share with me your learning from this story, and I'll be looking forward to that. Wish you all the best. Stay safe, stay healthy.